would you like to see a sight like this, bright lights, through your home window? The residents of Guilford, who are neighbors to Loyola College, don't like it, and they're complaining. Tension was high tonight as the undefeated Loyola Greyhounds took on UMBC's Retrievers, who have a win-loss record of 5-1. But the battle over the AstroTurf playing field is just as intense as the battle on the field. Tonight's lacrosse game was the first night game since the school's new controversial lights have been installed, and residents in a nearby string of houses are fuming.
It really seems to disturb us more at night than on weekends because of the lights, we think. And it's the time that we expect to be going to bed, and certainly for our girls. It encroaches upon our privacy by having our lights, having their lights in our bedrooms and living rooms.
The school remains firm on their position that they need the lights to have a normal athletic program.
This is the first intercollegiate game we've played in the evening, and it is actually the only game we'll be playing this semester. Currently, the lights are in litigation, and we are using the lights because at this point in time we do have a valid permit, and unless it's determined otherwise, we will continue to use the lights.
Right now, it appears this conflict will remain unresolved for a while. The battle's being fought in court, and predictions are, whatever the legal outcome, it will be appealed. Joyce Jefferson on the night scene at Loyola College.
Just when we thought we had heard the last of Robert Irsay for a while, he got his stadium renovation package. He's right back in the news again, saying he isn't going to sign a lease unless the Orioles agree to sign a lease just as long as he does. He has said that he has made much more of a commitment to the city of Baltimore than the Orioles have, but yet Edward Bennett Williams has said nothing but we're going to stay, while Robert Irsay has shopped the Colts all around, blackmailing the city and the state to get his improvements. He also says he wants to be on a parity with the Orioles. Well, this stadium right here, which is great to watch a baseball game, will now be turned into a huge, monstrous football stadium just because Robert Irsay wants the skyboxes and all those extra seats and all the rest. Today he came out and denied all of this, saying that he is going to talk with Mayor Schaefer about a lease and doesn't care what the Orioles do. So we'll just have to stay tuned for further chapters. Who knows? Maybe Irsay will want a guaranteed full house for every football game starting in 1980, even though the club on the field might be losing. Ted Patterson on the scene at the stadium.
The governor liked the parade last year because as he rode down the street, the people cheered him. And he thought that was the greatest thing in the world.
Any comment about Irsay saying that he's going?
How about Wild Bill? There isn't any question that there was a basic agreement for a 15-year lease. Mr. Irsay told me that personally. He told me in the presence of the governor. He told the governor personally. I guess I don't know what Mr. Irsay meant by this, but there is no misunderstanding at all between Mr. Irsay, the governor, and the mayor, and Mr. Roselle.
Sometimes people make statements, you know, that they don't really mean.
Where's Wild Bill? Oh, my goodness. Got a good fan here. Hi. How good to see you again. Nice to see you. Hi, Wild Bill. How are you? Ready? Good to see you. Way to go.
We are over one of the two areas of the bay where scientists found the toxic chemicals. We're about 5 miles northwest of Tillman Island, one of Maryland's most productive fishing communities. Scientists said large concentrations of PCB and DDT were found in this area, not far from buoy number 71, which marks one end of the shipping channel. The chemicals were on the bottom of the bay in 60 feet of water.
It's possible it could be illegal dumping. It's possible, on the other hand, it could be a buildup of material and sediments over time that traveled a long distance and deposited in a deep hole in the bay.
Do we have to be concerned about any seafood that we eat from the bay right now?
No. My information from the health department this morning is that there's no reason to be concerned, and they are following up very quickly on that aspect.
The news of the PCB and DDT was very alarming to the residents of Tillman Island, most of whom make their living on the water. Buddy Harrison is captain of a charter fishing boat.
Well, I think it's going to be very detrimental to our community. The PCBs are harmful to rockfish. It's been proven that they're, when the rockfish are ready to spawn, that they do something in the inside of the egg that makes the egg burst instead of forming into a rockfish.
Don Kinnaman, a waterman who makes his living harvesting oysters and crabs, agrees with Harrison.
I think it's bad publicity for the seafood business. I'm afraid it's going to hurt the market.
Think people won't want to buy the seafood?
I think it's going to make them hesitant. Yes, still.
The big question is how much PCB and DDT is down there in the Chesapeake Bay. Next week, the people from the Water Resources Department are going to do extensive testing in this area and up near the Susquehanna Flats to try to find the answers. This is Patrick McGrath in the copter cam above the Chesapeake Bay.
We'll give away a t-shirt this time. Let's give Sandy a big hand because she came out here to do this. And now we're going to bring back our musical entertainment, the guys and girls who've been knocking me out, the Port City Jazz Ensemble.
40 times. Yo. Yo. Y'all come in here, you gotta go. Damn, yo, you should shit me one out. So look at your smiles. You know who won't be on TV. Yeah.
Through investigation, we found out that they were employees of the Good Humor Company, ice cream company, and as a part of the ingredients used is a red dye, and this red dye was what they found on we found on their hands, and they were not part of the holdup that took place earlier.
A lot of people think that parenting is instinctive. What we're finding is that parents need skills, trainings, just as we do when we're taking driver's education courses, when we're studying to be teachers, we're trained. So we provide training and sessions to help parents in their role of being parents.